Hey everyone, welcome back to Kind Care Seniors. I'm so glad you're here with me today. We talk a lot about staying healthy as we age, keeping our hearts strong, our joints flexible, our minds sharp. But there's one area of men's health that doesn't get nearly enough attention, and it affects millions of men over 50. I'm talking about prostate health. Today, we're going to cover something that might actually surprise you: 9 everyday foods that could be quietly contributing to prostate problems, and what you can do about it. Before we jump in, drop a comment and tell me, where are you watching from? And have you or someone you love been dealing with prostate issues? All right, let's get into it. So here's a question. What if I told you that simply removing a handful of common foods from your diet could help shrink prostate size by as much as 54%? I know that sounds almost too good to be true, but the research is real and it's powerful. Dr. Emily Carter, a leading urologist and men's health specialist, has spent years studying the connection between diet and prostate health. And she says that what you eat plays a massive role in whether your prostate stays healthy or starts causing problems. Here's the thing. Certain foods fuel inflammation, mess with your hormones, and create an environment where your prostate can grow larger than it should. And the worst part? Most men have no idea they're eating these foods every single day. So today, I'm counting down the 9 worst foods for your prostate, from number 9 all the way to number 1, which is the absolute worst offender. If you want to protect your prostate, reduce symptoms like frequent urination or discomfort, and stay healthy well into your later years, you need to watch this all the way through. Let's start with number 9. Number 9, processed meats. All right, let's kick things off with processed meats: bacon, sausages, hot dogs, deli meats, pepperoni. All the stuff that tastes great but really isn't doing your body any favors. Here's the problem. These meats are loaded with preservatives like nitrates and nitrites, which are added to make them last longer and taste better. But when you cook or digest these preservatives, they form harmful compounds that trigger chronic inflammation in your body. And chronic inflammation? That's one of the biggest drivers of prostate problems. On top of that, processed meats are packed with sodium and unhealthy fats, which only make things worse. Dr. Emily Carter tells her patients that if you're eating bacon or deli meat every day, you're basically asking for trouble. Not just with your prostate, but with your heart and overall health too. Now, I'm not saying you can never have bacon again. But if you're serious about protecting your prostate, limit processed meats to special occasions and focus on whole, unprocessed proteins instead, like eggs, fish, chicken, or plant-based options. Your prostate will thank you. Number 8, full-fat dairy products. Next up, full-fat dairy. We're talking whole milk, heavy cream, full-fat cheese, and rich yogurts. Now, don't get me wrong. Dairy can be part of a healthy diet. But when it comes to prostate health, full-fat dairy might be doing more harm than good. Here's why. Full-fat dairy products are high in saturated fats, which promote inflammation. And they also contain hormones that can influence prostate cell activity. Studies have found a connection between high dairy consumption and elevated levels of insulin-like growth factor, IGF-1, which can stimulate cell growth in the prostate. And when your prostate cells start growing more than they should, that's when problems begin. Enlarged prostate, urinary issues, discomfort. The good news? You don't have to give up dairy completely. Just switch to lower fat options or try plant-based alternatives like almond milk, oat milk, or cashew cheese. It's a small change that can make a big difference. Number 7, red meat. At number 7, we've got red meat: beef, lamb, pork, and other cuts that often show up as the centerpiece of a meal. Red meat is high in saturated fat, which fuels inflammation throughout your body, but that's not the only issue. When you cook red meat at high temperatures, like grilling, frying, or broiling, it produces toxic compounds called heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs. These chemicals cause oxidative stress and cellular damage, both of which are linked to prostate problems. Diets heavy in red meat have also been associated with hormonal imbalances that can affect prostate health. Dr. Emily Carter doesn't tell her patients to completely eliminate red meat, but she does recommend eating it less often and choosing leaner cuts when you do. Better yet, try swapping red meat for fish, poultry, or plant-based proteins like beans, lentils, or tofu. Your prostate and your heart will appreciate it. Number 6, fried foods. All right, number 6, fried foods. French fries, onion rings, fried chicken, donuts, you name it. I know they're delicious, but they're also terrible for your prostate. Here's why. Frying involves submerging foods in oils that are often packed with trans fats and saturated fats, both of which trigger inflammation. And when you fry foods at high temperatures, you create advanced glycation end products, AGEs, and other harmful compounds that worsen oxidative stress and inflammatory responses. It's not just about the fat content, it's about the quality of the oil and the cooking method. Chronic inflammation from fried foods has been linked to multiple health issues, including prostate enlargement. So what should you do instead? Choose healthier cooking methods like baking, steaming, grilling, or air frying. You'll still get great flavor without the inflammation. Number 5. Sugary beverages. At number 5, we need to talk about sugary drinks. Sodas, energy drinks, sweetened teas, bottled juices. These drinks are loaded with added sugars, which cause rapid spikes in your blood sugar. And when your blood sugar spikes repeatedly, it disrupts your insulin function and sets off a chain reaction of metabolic problems. Excess sugar leads to weight gain and obesity, which are closely linked to hormonal imbalances that can impact prostate function. Sugary drinks also fuel persistent inflammation, another major risk factor for prostate growth. And here's the thing. When your body is constantly dealing with sugar highs and crashes, it struggles to maintain balance. Over time, that creates an environment where disease can take root. Dr. Emily Carter recommends swapping sugary drinks for water, herbal teas, or naturally flavored options like lemon water or sparkling water with a splash of fruit juice. It's one of the easiest changes you can make, and one of the most effective. Number 4, refined carbohydrates. At number 4, we've got refined carbohydrates: white bread, pastries, white rice, crackers, and packaged snacks. Unlike whole grains, refined carbs have been stripped of their nutrients and fiber during processing. What's left is basically pure starch. And without fiber to slow digestion, these foods cause sudden blood sugar spikes and crashes, which strain your insulin control. Over time, these repeated blood sugar swings spark inflammation and hormonal imbalances, both of which are damaging to prostate health. Plus, refined carbs leave you feeling hungry faster, which can lead to overeating and weight gain, raising your risk even more. The fix? Choose whole grains instead: brown rice, quinoa, oats, whole wheat bread, or sprouted grain products. Whole grains provide slower, steadier energy, support hormonal balance, and reduce inflammation. It's a simple swap that benefits your prostate and your overall metabolic health. Number 3, artificial sweeteners. At number 3, let's talk about artificial sweeteners, those zero-calorie sugar substitutes that show up in diet sodas, sugar-free snacks, and healthy desserts. They're marketed as guilt-free, but they come with hidden concerns. Studies show that artificial sweeteners can interfere with insulin regulation, causing metabolic imbalances. And with long-term use, they can disrupt your gut bacteria, the good bacteria that are essential for digestion, immunity, and overall health. When your gut flora is out of balance, it can trigger inflammation and hormonal disruptions, both of which are linked to prostate problems. Dr. Emily Carter tells her patients that artificial sweeteners might seem like a smart choice, but the long-term effects aren't worth it. Instead, consider natural alternatives like stevia, monk fruit, or just cutting back on sweeteners altogether. Your gut and your prostate will thank you. Number 2, alcohol. At number 2, we need to talk about alcohol. Now, I'm not here to tell you that you can never have a beer or a glass of wine again. But if you're drinking regularly or excessively, it could be seriously affecting your prostate health. Here's why. Alcohol disrupts hormonal regulation. It can lead to overproduction or poor metabolism of hormones that are crucial for prostate stability. Beyond that, alcohol raises inflammation and oxidative stress levels, both of which are tied to prostate enlargement. And over time, alcohol also puts a strain on your liver. Since your liver is responsible for managing toxins and balancing hormones, any damage there spreads to your prostate health too. Dr. Emily Carter recommends limiting alcohol to special occasions or choosing alcohol-free alternatives. If you're drinking multiple times a week, consider cutting back. Your prostate and your liver will be much healthier for it. Number 1, high saturated fat foods and fast food. And here we are, number 1, the absolute worst foods for your prostate. Fast food and foods high in saturated fats. Burgers, fries, fried chicken, pizza, packaged snacks. These foods are packed with saturated fats and trans fats, which are notorious for fueling inflammation. But here's what makes them so dangerous. They're engineered to be addictive. They're designed to make you overeat, which leads to weight gain and obesity. And obesity? That significantly raises your risk of prostate problems. On top of that, these foods are low in nutrients, but high in preservatives, additives, and artificial ingredients, all of which worsen their overall impact on your health. Fast food isn't just bad for your waistline or your heart, it's actively contributing to prostate enlargement and dysfunction. Dr. Emily Carter says that if her patients make just one change, she tells them to cut out fast food. By limiting or eliminating these fatty processed foods, you're taking a huge step toward reducing inflammation, restoring hormonal balance, and protecting your prostate health for the long term. All right, friends, there you have it. The 9 foods that could be quietly harming your prostate. From processed meats to fast food, each of these foods fuels inflammation, disrupts your hormones, and creates an environment where prostate problems can thrive. But here's the good news. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. Start by picking 1 or 2 foods from this list and cutting them back. Maybe it's swapping white bread for whole grain. Maybe it's ditching soda for water. Maybe it's having red meat only once a week instead of every day. Small changes add up to big results. And remember, this isn't about deprivation. It's about making smarter choices that support your health, your energy, and your quality of life as you age. If this video helped you, please hit that like button and share it with a friend or family member who could use this information. And don't forget to subscribe to Kind Care Seniors so you never miss our health tips and advice. Drop a comment below and tell me, which of these foods do you eat most often? And which one are you going to cut back on first? Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourself. You deserve to feel strong, healthy, and confident every single day.